Hello beautiful souls, it is Ahemzi here and welcome to another video in this awesome neuroplasticity series. In the last video, we did dive into developing awareness within yourself. Whenever you start developing awareness within yourself, you start to acknowledge or recognize a lot of things that maybe it was very hard to pay attention towards at one point in your life, but now it's right there in your face and you want to do something about it. Well, this is where the very second step that we're going to dive into in today's video is going to be all about: setting your clear, tangible goal. This step is equally just as crucial for embodying neuroplasticity as it also is for the fact of your brain and how it works. So let me really give you guys a nice breakdown on why setting that singular goal is so important for the success of your neuroplasticity journey. When you go through that process of setting that goal, you are telling your brain what you want it to prioritize by doing just that. It further emphasizes the action of your brain trying to develop those new neural pathways. And that is where the beginning of the magic when it comes to undoing all that mess that we've had to start with happens. Your brain thrives on clarity. So without setting a clear goal, your brain isn't going to know where to put its focus or attention towards. In turn, no neural pathways are going to be able to get built because of it. If you don't have a clear goal, your brain's not going to know where to go towards, where to turn towards, where to focus on. So it's going to be very hard for you to stay consistent on your journey. It's going to be hard for you to have a routine, have a structure, because your brain doesn't know where to put its attention towards. And so why would trying to focus on two things be a good idea? It wouldn't make sense. When you had to teach yourself guitar, you focused solely on learning how to practice your guitar. You didn't try to teach yourself how to bake a cake while practicing guitar at the same time, because if you did, it probably wouldn't have worked out. You probably would have either sucked at the guitar or sucked at baking that cake. Your brain needs one singular focal point to focus on in order for this neuroplasticity journey of yours to be a full-on success. And the reason for this is simple. Our brains were never designed to be able to focus on multiple things at the same time, because trying to change too many things at the same time within your brain can actually overwhelm it to the point where it won't actually be able to do any sufficient enough progress to call it neuroplasticity or call it self-growth in the end. Research shows that multitasking actually is the culprit for reducing our productivity levels as well as creating more stress in our lives. By focusing on one goal at a time, you are setting your brain up for success because you are showing it what it wants to see, and you are using the strengths that your brain already possesses within it by focusing on that one thing. So let me just make sure you guys fully grasp everything we just dived into so far. The clearer and more meaningful your goal, and the more focused you are on it, the better your brain can rewire yourself to support long-lasting transformation. So now that we understand why focus and clarity are so crucial to setting that clear goal, let's talk about how to choose the right goal to start with. When it comes to trying to figure out or decide which goal is the best goal for you to focus on, obviously the very first step to this is going to be making sure you only pick one clear goal to focus on for now. And this is where I need to remind you guys, it's not about choosing the perfect goal. It's merely about picking something meaningful to you. Every step forward is progress, no matter how small it is, no matter what goal it is that you decide to make your first thing you want to focus on. Maybe you have a list of different things that you want to overcome and tackle in your life. To start this progress, to start this journey of rewiring your brain for the better, I want you guys to ask yourself these two important yet crucial questions. What's bothering me the most right now, emotionally and mentally in my life? And the second one being, what's one change that can make the biggest impact in my life right now? I want you guys to really sit on these two questions, because these are going to be the two determining things that will help you be able to decide what goal it is that you want to put in the forefront of your journey right now. And if by any chance these two questions were not helpful enough to help you figure it out, maybe you're still very torn, I need you guys to get it down to this one rule of thumb here. Choose something that feels manageable and important to you in this very moment to overcome right now. And now that you have that one focal point in mind, let's move on to start figuring out how to turn this focal point of yours into a specific and actionable goal. All right, guys, this is where the practical exercise comes into fruition, okay? This is where it all takes place, so I would love it if you guys can go grab a pen or a piece of paper, or even just open up the notes section in your phone if you happen to have an iPhone like me. If you don't have anything, you don't have access to any of these things I just mentioned, feel free to just listen through everything I'm about to dive into, and you can always rewatch this video at a later time when you have access to taking some notes, okay? I want you to really think about that one focus that you want to have for your journey to start start. Let's turn it into a clear and tangible goal. Let's say your focus right now is to want to feel less stressed out in life. A way you can turn this into a goal is telling yourself you want to exercise 30 minutes each morning to reduce your stress levels. The difference here is that you're breaking it down into baby steps. You are able to measure these steps. You are able to understand what it takes to get to A to B to C to D with more swiftness in your life, and that is what is going to help set you up for success in the end. Whenever you do anything that has to do with bettering yourself, this is where you guys have the magical ability to choose how fast you want to move through this process. And that's why it doesn't matter how big or small your step is. What matters is that you are still going forward in the end. You are still making progress no matter how big or small it may be. After you got that down, after you were able to turn that focal point statement into a goal-oriented statement, after you were able to break that goal down into things that are manageable, we also need to have an emotional connection towards that goal that we want to attain. Whatever it is that we're trying to overcome, we need to have an emotional connection to that, which means you need to have an emotional why to the reason of why you want to overcome that thing in the first place. Goals with an emotional connection are 10 times more powerful than ones without it. And the reason for this is simple. We have a reward pathway in our brain located in the limbic system. And the limbic system is the emotional part of your brain that makes dopamine a thing, which is that one word that I feel like so many people know in today's society, the pleasure feeling neurotransmitter in our brain. When your goal matters deeply to you, your brain's reward system kicks in, releasing dopamine and also reinforcing that positive change to keep on happening. The only thing here that can make it tricky, especially if you're trying to break any type of habit that has been within you for a long time, is that at the very beginning, that release of dopamine is kind of small. Over time, the dopamine levels will start to increase gradually the more you start to break away from that habit. This is where you guys got to start asking yourselves, why is this goal important to me? How will my life improve when I achieve it? And what does this goal mean for my long-term journey towards healing and self-growth? Connecting to your reason for wanting to set this as your clear goal emotionally is just as important as breaking it into baby steps, okay? So just make sure that you guys don't skip this step if you think it's too cliche or too cheesy or corny in some way, because having emotions is what makes you human. And so we got to learn how to use our emotions to our most benefit right now when it comes to learning how to rewire our brain. Now that you've gotten that goal written down, now that you've gotten the baby steps and you got that emotionally charged why, I really want you guys to prioritize finding a space around you to remind yourself of your goal. Maybe it's in your bedroom or maybe on your mirror. It can even be as simple as setting it as the home screen on your phone or the lock screen. As long as you have it there in your face, somewhere to look at that you know that you go towards often, whether it's in the bathroom, I don't know, it doesn't matter where it is. Write that goal down somewhere where you'll be able to see it every day to keep reminding your brain that you are creating those new neural pathways and that there is a reason why you are choosing not to fall back into the same old habits. I really hope that you guys were able to move past any points of indecisiveness, because that was something that really did hold me back and make me procrastinate like crazy at the beginning of my own neuroplasticity journey to bettering myself. You are doing such an amazing job if you've been following this series since the beginning, because becoming aware and now setting a goal for yourself through cultivating that awareness, that's a big thing. Not a lot of people are able to start cultivating awareness for themselves, but you guys were the people that wanted to do it. If you enjoyed this video, or if you have any questions, if you feel called to share anything, feel free to shoot a comment down below sharing with me the goal that you decided to set for yourself. This channel is all about helping you just become the best version of yourself and get whatever the heck you want out of your life, okay? Hit the thumbs up button if this video benefited you in any way, shape, or form, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video in this series, which is all about cultivating mindfulness for your journey and why it's gonna be one of the most crucial things to use as a tool through your neuroplasticity process as a whole. I'll see you guys in the next video in this series, okay? Bye.